I'm Ernesto Garcia, your Governmental Affairs, Communications, and Marketing Director for the Greater El Paso Association of Realtors, and welcome to another edition of Get Going with GEPAR. It is our podcast that keeps you up to date on what's going on, including important issues, like a reminder that we have an important election coming up May 6th, and we need you to vote no on Prop K. I'll give you all the details about that in upcoming election news and bulletins, and of course upcoming election podcasts we'll be discussing. We'll also be talking about our school board candidates that we're endorsing. Of course, if you got the newsletter from this past week, you can get set up. And as always, if you have a suggestion or comment about anything you would like for us to do an interview on, or keep our realtor community knowing and our members to know, please send me an email anytime at egarcia@gepar.org. That's Garcia@gepar.org. And of course, you've been seeing the communications coming out. We are just a few days away, less than 3 days left as of this recording. And it's counting down to this Friday, the 14th, where we are going to be out at the Starlight Events Center for Education Day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come on by. You can sign up online at elpasotx.com, but you got to make sure that you hurry up and get signed up. Only $40. It's really simple, but that is going to be well worth it. And the reason why is that our guest that we have here that you've been seeing on camera, and I'm going to get a chance to introduce him. He's a national speaker, and he'll be the main gentleman that will be no doubt stealing the show at Education Day. It's Ifoma Pierre. He is a realtor and nationally known. I appreciate you joining us, sir, and good afternoon from New York. How's New York today?
Man, New York is amazing today. First of all, thank you for having me. But we have been having amazing weather. I think we are like 55, 59. So I got my short sleeve on. I got my short pants on. People be like, 55, man, you don't know. That's like good weather right here.
Well, you're going to come to near 80-degree temperatures when you get here, so I'm sure that's going to be great. Well, let's get started. You're our main national speaker. I'm getting a chance to talk with you. If you want to know more about him, we got a bio that is available. You can find through our website and, of course, through the Education Day part, or you can email me and I'll get you everything you need to know about our guest speaker. But I want to start off with this question for you, sir. Can you share the inspiration behind creating the GEM coaching program and how it has helped real estate agents become better marketers?
Yeah, so I appreciate that question. So the GEM coaching program, it happened when I went to a training session. This was many years ago, long before I was even a speaker or a trainer. I went to a training session somewhere out in Long Island, and the guy was just talking about what it takes to be successful in real estate. And I said to myself, I said, man, if I can take what he just talked about and simplify this in a way that I can just get this message over to real estate agents, what it takes to be successful. And I sat there and I mulled over it for a while. And finally, I came up with the word GEM, GEM, which is the 3 pillars that your business needs to be built on. So the first pillar, the G, stands for lead generation, because nothing else matters unless you generate leads and opportunities and conversations, right? The E, it stands for engagement, which is the follow-up. So we generated the lead. The next step, the next pillar is the follow-up, right? You need to follow up and follow through. And that's two different things. And we talk about those. And the M, it stands for making the sale happen, or we would like to say closing the transaction. So you generated the lead, you followed up with the lead, but now you have a responsibility to close that transaction, to help that particular client, whomever it is, to make a decision towards what their goals are. So that's where GEM came, and we create, that's how the name came about. And we got really excited when we figured out it said GEM, and it turns out to be diamonds and precious and jewels and all of that stuff. So that's kind of like how it started. And we kind of like just ran from there. And we teach real estate agents that these are the 3 pillars that you need to focus on in order for you to be successful as a real estate broker, agent, especially at any time.
Well, that's great. Now, you've had a fascinating journey from starting in a tailoring business in Trinidad to becoming a successful real estate broker and leadership trainer in New York. What motivated you to pursue a career in real estate, and how did your past experiences shape your approach in today's work?
Interesting story. So, and I share this story all the time. I became a real estate agent because I was at my wit's end. I moved from Trinidad being a tailor. I came over here and I started doing tailoring, and I realized I wasn't going to be very successful in that because I went to the flea market and I saw that they were selling these jeans and jackets for like $20 and $30 back in the day. I'm like, man, it takes me 2 hours to make that stuff. So I started working in a warehouse and I started like doing some stuff, but I really struggled, because I didn't have a GED and things was really hard for me. So I just kind of defaulted into real estate by an ad that was in the newspaper. I answered the ad and I just kind of like jumped into it. Didn't really know what it was, didn't even know what the word escrow meant or equity, but it was the only opportunity. The only people that would hire me was this real estate company. And I'm happy to say that was the best decision of my life. And some of the things that I was able to bring into that was the ability to be creative, but also the ability to pay attention to detail. Being a tailor, these things require when you're into different transactions and different situations, you have to have patience and you have to be able to look at the transaction or the opportunity or the deal from different angles. And that's one of the things that helped me from being a tailor from so many years.
Now, you have mentioned a lot in bios and in other interviews that I've seen online that investing in personal development, such as books, coaching, and tools early in your real estate career helped you out. But can you tell us more about personal growth and development roles in your profession's success?
So in terms of when I started, right, this was going back way back when they had CDs and cassette players. It was all the way back in those times. Again, I told you, like I really kind of like just fell into real estate. Those days didn't have a lot of social media, didn't have a lot of Facebook or YouTube or ways that you could learn. So you had to go to these events and you had to buy books to read and really invest in yourself. And for me, it has helped me be a better, not just be a better real estate agent. I think that invested in personal development, some of the skills that I've used while I've been taking real estate courses have made me a better father to my 3 children, have made me a better husband to my wife of 22 years. Have made me a better minister in my church. It has made me just a better man in general. So I think that yes, we may go to events to learn about real estate, but some of the skill sets that you'll learn can flow all through different aspects of your life. So I think that personal development is critical in general. It doesn't matter in real estate or whatever field that you might be in. I think it's important for us to really, flow in that space.
It should be pointed out, as a John Maxwell certified speaker, trainer, and coach, what leadership qualities do you believe are essential for success in the real estate industry, and how do you help your clients develop these skills?
I will tell you this right now: leadership of the self. You have to be able to lead yourself. That's the first thing. I think before you could do anything, you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. You have to be able to hold yourself to a higher standard. And some of the things that we're going to talk about come on Friday is just how do we do that? How do we hold ourselves accountable to the things that we said that we want to do? How do we stay committed to those things, right? So before we could do anything, we have to be able to lead ourselves through the day. How do you lead yourself through a day to be able to stay on task, to stay on the goals that you have set for yourself? So I think that the most important quality, the most important thing that you can learn is leadership of the self. And we'll talk a little bit about that on Friday when I get together with the team.
Well, I'm looking forward to this get together. And of course, you can get your tickets, sign up, ElPasoTX.com. We are putting it there. And remember, tickets are only going to go sale up till Thursday. Don't try to buy it the day of. You don't want to miss Ifoma speaking here in El Paso. Is this like your first visit to El Paso, by the way? I forgot to ask.
First visit, man. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Looking forward to it. And of course, we can't wait to give them some green chili and enjoy. I got to ask, without giving too much away for what Friday is going to be, what advice would you give to individuals who are interested in pursuing a career in real estate, particularly those who may be starting with limited experience or resources?
Definitely. If you're starting in real estate right now, number one is understand what is required. Learn the business, respect the business. I would say definitely plugging yourself into an active office. An office that has some form of accountability coaching or team leader coaching. If you're plugging yourself into an office that has visibility in the area, they have trainings and developments, and they have a path. If the office has a path to get you from here to there, a visible path, not just, hey, like back in the days when I started, they'll be like, hey, here's a telephone, jump on it. No, get in an office that's busy, productivity training, and a path. And I would say start there and work your way up.
Well, I'm glad you're able to bring that out. And you're just giving a little bit of what you're going to find out when you sign up this Friday for Education Day at the Starlight Event Center, not that far away from the airport. So it'll be right there for you to get in and get to where you need to go. Now, I got to point this out, and I know I'm not trying to brag you too much here, but you have been recognized as one of the top 20 rising stars in real estate under 40 by the Long Island Board of Realtors. What do you attribute to your success in this industry, and how do you stay competitive in a constantly evolving market?
Oh, what I contribute to my success is that I had no plan B. There was no plan B, family. This it was either this or die. I had to put everything into it. And my success was just consistency, resilience, hard work, right? I made sure that this business, it was so important to me. It was right up there next to oxygen. Because if I didn't get through with this, I didn't have a plan B. So for me, what I want to share with you guys is if you're going to get into the industry right now, treat it like a business. And we'll talk about some of those things on Friday of how you set up your day to win, how you structure your business to be successful. What are the key things that you need to do? The 3 things that you need to do every single day to make sure that when you wake up, you win. So that would be my key, man. Just hard work, consistency, and no plan B. There's no other option. It's either this or nothing else.
I tell you what, a lot of people don't, always people have to think you have to have plan B, plan C, plan D. What about all in on plan A? That makes a lot of sense to point out. I got one last question for you. Beyond your work in real estate, what other passions or interests do you have, and how do you balance your personal and professional life?
Well, ready for this one? I'm gonna lay it on you.
All
One
right.
of my hidden this is the first time I'm saying it on the air. Nobody knows this, but one of the things that I love to do whenever I do get an opportunity to have some downtime, you ready for this?
I'm
Is
ready.
build Legos. That's what I do.
Put Legos together?
I build Legos. I build Legos.
Okay.
So I would go to Target, I would go to Walmart. I'll go to the Lego store and people will be like, so what are we getting for the kids today? I'm like, no kids, man. I'm getting me some Legos. And if you ever seen the Lego movie, it's
Yes.
literally me. I got all these Legos built. I got Lego cities and trains, and it's something that gives my mind at ease. Now, the other part of your question, which is how do you balance? And the truth is, I don't. Here's what I want to share with you. I don't teach work-life balance. I teach work-life blend. I think that real estate is something that you have to understand that you don't balance it. You blend it in, it weaves in. My family is involved in my real estate. My children is involved in my business. Everyone's in on this because this is the vehicle that's going to get everybody to achieve their goals. You want to go to college, you want to get a horse, you want to get a car. Well, the thing that you want to do, this vehicle will get us there. So it's a full-on buy-in. So it's a work-life blend, not a work-life balance. So that's how I get through it. It weaves into everything that I do. It's all together.
All right. Well, now I'm going to see if you have a big Legos Death Star made something in your house. I got to be asking that question when I see you on Friday. And of course, we might get you some Legos too while we're here.
Yeah.
All right. Education Day, April 14th. That's this Friday. Get your tickets no later than end of business day on Thursday, the 13th. From 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. One of our big speakers will also be our president of GEPAR, Rick Snow, along with Ifoma. And we look forward to having Ifoma Pierre come and joining us here, being the guest speaker. Tickets are only $40. This is well worth your time. And of course, looking ahead to get a game plan. And remember, it's all in on plan A, no plan Bs.
No plan
Makes a
B.
big difference in life. And I appreciate you taking the time in New York. I know you're under a very busy schedule, but we look forward to having you come and speak with us. Any final words you want to give to the folks in El Paso, why they need to come out to Education Day?
You need to come out to Education Day because I'm going to give you some nuggets. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's $40, he said, to come there, but it will cost you the world to not come. If you don't come and you miss out on what we're about to talk about, man, that could pay for a lifetime. So I guarantee you, if you haven't registered, I want you to do so tonight because on Friday, I promise you this, I'm going to give you something that's going to change your life forever. So I want to see you there.
And it's not Legos. Okay, we know that. And I really appreciate this time. I'm glad you're able to join us from New York. You get a chance to talk. We have a safe trip when you get here. Of course, this is Get Going with GEPAR. You have any suggestions or thoughts for the show? Send me an email anytime, egarcia@gepar.org. And of course, share this podcast, either the audio or video version, with all your friends and anything such as well. And we'll talk with you again next